lupang hindi and the Cagayan de Oro March.
Let us be aware of the holy presence of God in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Lord, you said, for whatsoever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it shall be done unto you. Today, Lord, we pray for the virtue of humility. Humility to know that we are but servants of the people. Humility to understand the differences of our opinions. And humility to accept that it is not our will, but your will that is to be followed. We also pray for the gift of gracefulness and poise, that we may be calm and collected in our deliberations this afternoon. This we ask in your name. Amen.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Please be seated. Mr. Secretary, please do the roll call.
Honorable City Vice Mayor Jocelyn B. Rodriguez, Presiding Officer for the 1st District Councilors, Honorable Desiree Ann Imdahino, Honorable Roger G. Abaday, Honorable Juan Chu R. Pascual, Honorable Agapito Herberto G. Swan, Honorable George Christopher Q. Goking, Honorable Moreno Y. Daba IV, Honorable Alfie Legaspi Sr., Honorable Amy Rose P. Moreno, For the second district councilors, Honorable Ivuna Yasini B. Imano, Honorable Maximo T. Rodriguez III, Honorable Paulo Nicolo Gaani, Honorable Joelen Mercedes L. Balaba, Honorable Yanlam S. Lim, Honorable Enrico D. Salcedo, Honorable Hilda Ong O. Go, Honorable Edgar S. Cabanlas. For the ex-officio members, Honorable Marlo L. Tabak, Liga ng mga Barangay President, Honorable Kenneth Jan D. Sakala, CTSK Federation President, and Honorable Dato Roberto P. Cabaring, IPMR. There is quorum, Madam Presiding Officer.
Quorum is hereby certified. Mayong hapon sa tanan, honorable members of the 21st City Council, mayong hapon, of course, our friends and guests who are here today, our friends from media, and those who are watching us via live stream right now, maayong hapon. Of course, Mr. Secretary and Sangguniang staff, our majority floor leader, maayong hapon. And may I request that there will be the PCL, Philippine Councilors League in Manila, March. Please bring your barong. There could be a simultaneous awarding of the legislative award happening on that day. So there is no directive yet from the ILG, but then as per Manila, they are going to have it both the councilors and the vice mayors. So please bring your barong. Yes, Councilor Ching Daba?
Ano kung barong short ba or long?
Long.
Long.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
We have to make it formal. In kaso di makadaog data. Di ba? Long. Okay. So, inana, you just bring in case, no? Because basig simultaneous na. We do not have the notice yet, but then we are preparing for this occasion. We are finalists and hopefully we will be able to have bag the first place, okay? So, mauna na siya. So, let us proceed. The majority floor leader, Konghet Patsoy pala. Of course, to everybody, especially to Councilor Gigi Go. Ready na.
Tunghi Patskay. Thank you for the
Thank you very much, majority floor leader.
tikoy. Salamat kayo.
Yes, the tikoy.
Maayong hapon sa tanan, maayong hapon sa itong manyag o butan Vice Mayor Bibot Rodriguez, mga kauban ko sa konseho, mabutan sa mga gwapo-gwapa, kanunay. To our friends in the gallery, people of the Cagayan de Oro who are watching us in the respective media outlets. Madam Chair, may I move to dispense the reading of the minutes of the previous regular session of this council on February 9, 2026, and consider the furnishing copies thereof as reading itself.
And a second. Objection? Hearing none, motion is hereby carried.
Move to dispense on second and final reading.
Second. Objection. Hearing none, motion is hereby carried.
On the special report portion of our session today, Madam Chair, there are 4 members of the City Council who intend to render special reports. First, Councilor Dato Roberto P. Cabaring, with regards to the proper and respectful use of indigenous cultural attire. 2 would be Councilor Marlo L. Tabak, with regards to action on the drainage flood risk mitigation in Barangay Agusan and Puerto following Typhoon Basyang. Third would be Councilor Enrico Salcedo, with regards to his clarification on the fake statement circulating in the social media about the issue prohibiting cars of non-city residents from entering Cagayan de Oro City. He is a victim of that fake news. And the fourth would be Councilor Roger Abaday, with regards to his desire to have our own, the City Council's own city legal office. That would be the sequence, Madam Chair. May I request that Councilor Dato Roberto Cabaring be recognized first.
Okay, thank you very much, Majority Floor Leader. Councilor Dato Roberto Cabaring, you have the floor.
Maayong hapon sa tanan. Labi-lagi yun sa atong pinalangga o ligdong presiding vice mayor o sa atong secretariat mga kauban diya sa Luyo nga subaybay kanunay sa atong regular session sa council. O kini nga akong report, propose ni siya nga posible resolution o ordinansa depende sa discussion sa committee o ang NCIP o ang mga elders sa katribuhan sa Cagayan de Oro. May tungod ni siya sa insakto nga paggamit, respetado nga pagsulob sa cultural higaonon attire dinhi sa atong siyudad sa Cagayan de Oro. O atong makita nga kining maong attire kulturan huno siya gikan pa ni sa sinugdanan o ang babae nga costume na karon sa atong museum gi present nato agi og timaan sa pagdawat usab sa mga higaonon sa atong konseho. Og tungod niini among nakita nga gikinahanglan siya formal tungod kay niining panahon na nagkadaghan ang gauso og kanang pagpahigayon sa atong mga kalihukan. Una nga usahay dili siya maplastar o makita pod nga maabusuhan. Atong basahon lang ang pipila nga mga pangununa dinhi. Ang tradisyonal nga sinina dili lang costume kundi simbolo kini sa dignidad. Ang kinulintang o sinulaman dili lang dekorasyon kini simbolo sa kasaysayan, dignidad ug kultura nga protektahan sa atong balaod sa IPRA o sa atong pikas balaod sa 166. Kinahanglan i-institutionalize ang pagrespeto niini. Kining inisyatiba kini gisugdan ni sa atong uruyot. Ang draft karon sa uruyot nato na kuha o gidasunan kini giuyunan sa mga elders nga kinahanglan formal siya. Tinguha nga adunay malinaw nga guidelines aron mapasiguro ang husto ug respetadong paggamit sa indigenous attire sa mga event, eskwelahan ug opisyal nga kalihukan. Ang EPIC magpalig-on sa kulturanhon authority sa komunidad pinaagi sa prior informed consent. Ginaila nato nga ang indigenous communities mismo ang adunay katungod sa pagdesisyon sa paggamit sa ilang kulturanong simbolo. Pagpanalipod batok sa misyos o komersyalisasyon dili kini pagdili sa pag-appreciate sa kultura kundi paglikay sa sayop nga presentasyon ug walay konsultasyon sa paggamit. Kinahanglan klaro ang implementasyon aron malikayan ang kalibog. Kinahanglan adunay klarong giya o guideline o konsultasyon sa mga elders, NCIP o sa atong representante sa konseho. So kana ang usa ka hanay sa nagpropose ni ini ug ato na lang kining gidala dinhi para sa pag-formal nga ma-discuss kini sa committee meeting para ma-plaster siya. Ang tinuod sa atong kasinatian sa miaging katuigan nahitabo ang usa ka squatting dinhi sa basurahan dapit gigamit ang katungod sa IP dala sa ilang mga unupirme. Pero ang tinuod walay taga Cagayan de Oro nga lumad nga na-appeal ni adto. Tagalain nga mga IP ang nagpahigayon adto nga squatting. Ikaduha nga akong nakita, grabe sa panastamas sa IP sa Surigao nga gigamit yapon ang ang tribo o ang ilang uniforme nga si Dato Anlaw nga gihimong gi-monopolize nila ang balaod nga gihatag kanila ang otorita sa pagpadlak sa tanang investment sa Surigao. Niining bag-o karon naanap po mi tungaw nga Dato Otawat. Grabe ang pag-insulto niini sumala sa mga katigulangan. Usa angay nga mahimuan kini og pagpanday sa ordinansa aron sa pagpitol o pagdisiplina ngadtong magbuot-buot lang paggamit niini nga dili muagi sa pagpananghid o pag-formalize sa mga aktibidades nga gamiton niini. So kana lang ang mubo nga pamahayag sa akong gi-propose nga resolution o ordinansa.
Okay, thank you very much, Councilor Roberto Cabaring. Any comment? None? Okay, refer to the committee, Cultural Affairs, Councilor Roberto Cabaring. Anyway, our second speaker is Councilor Marlo Tabak. You have the floor.
Maayong hapon sa tanan, Madam Presiding Officer and the Minority Floor Leader and Minority, Majority and the rest of the member of the 25th City Council. Before I deliver my my report, Madam Chair, I would like to acknowledge the presence of Honorable Barangay Captain Lolita Wahing of Barangay Puerto and Barangay Captain Andrew Menliesa of Barangay Agusan, which is the subject matter of my special report this afternoon, Madam Chair.
Okay, good afternoon, Kapitan Wahing and Kapitan Melissa.
The subject is urgent action on drainage and flood risk mitigation of Barangay Agusan and Barangay Puerto following the recent Typhoon Basyang. The recent impact of Bagyong Basyang brought heavy rainfall in the upland areas of Barangay Agusan and Barangay Puerto, raising concern regarding the directions and discharge of accumulated rainwater. Surface and runoff flows towards lower-lying communities in the two barangay. The questions remains whether the existing drainage system and natural waterways can handle the volume during the intense precipitation. The occurrence of flash floods and landslide underscore the urgent need to assist watershed flow and drainage capacity to mitigate risks and protect affected residents. Barangay Puerto, led by Barangay Captain Lolita Wahing and the entire council of the barangay, calls for the immediate action on the unfinished drainage canal project in Upper Agusan by A. Brown Company Incorporated, which contributed to the excessive water affecting Barangay Purok 3, Purok 4, and Purok 5 of Barangay Puerto. In Barangay Agusan, under the leadership of Honorable Barangay Captain Andrew Menliesa and the entire council, formally request the submission of drainage master plan from Belmero, Cebu Landmaster Incorporated, Mangoville Subdivision, and Chris New and other known subdivisions developer. Concerns include the final discharge points of runoff, particularly following the landslide incidents in Zone 2 Barangay Agusan, diin upat ka mga individual ang nakalas nga kinabuhi tungod sa landslide. And the Barangay Council of Agusan is respectfully request the Committee on Urban Poor and Housing to prioritize the residents residing in Zone 2 to be relocated and to avail our housing program in the city government, and to expedite completion and inspection of unfinished drainage project in Barangay Puerto, and required all subdivision developer in Barangay Agusan to submit the drainage master plan which verify discharge points of waters. Madam Chair, our presiding officers and members of the City Council, dili kita buta, isab kita bungol, ug atong nakit-an ang kahimtang sa katawhan, ilabi na sa Distrito 2. Bisa na ning kamot ang atong kongresista nga makabutang og mga flood prone mitigation program. Pero anaay uban nga mga developer nga wala lang gani magtan-aw sa kahimtang sa katawhan sa ubos nga bahin sa barangay Puerto ug sa barangay Agusan. Busa, isip Liga President, I will submit, Madam Presiding Officer, that this special report be forwarded to the Committee on Engineering and Committee on Landed States and Urban Poor. Daghang salamat ug maayong hapon sa tanan.
Thank you very much, Council Marlo Tubac. So any comment? None? Refer to the Committee on Infrastructure, Subdivision and Landed Estate, and Barangay Affairs, these three committees. Okay, thank you very much. That's a very good report. So let's proceed to our next reporter, Councilor Enrico Salcedo. You have the floor. Huh? Pumanas ka.
Mayong hapon, Madam Chair, to my fellow honorable councilors of sa tanan, lumulupi sa Rakbayan, labi na naa sa gallery. Mayong subli, mayong hapon sa tanan. Madam Chair, adunay usa ka post, Madam Chair, nga kaylap sa usa ka social media platform nga napakatag usayop nga impormasyon may tungod sa atoa. Mao kini ang post, Madam Chair, diin ang account Barangay Outpost kay naghimo ko sa artikulo nga adunay akong imahe nga o edited na headline. Gusto nako klarohon, Madam Chair, nga wala ko sukad nag-ingon nga iban ang sakyanan nga dili residente sa pagsulod nganhi sa atong syudad. Usa kini kadakong bakak ug pagpandaot kanako, Madam Chair. Ako sa bangyo, Madam Chair, nga dili kita diretso mutuo og mga post sa social media, hilabi na kung kini adunay bias o walay sakto na source, isip responsible nga netizen. Kinanglan kita mag-fact check, ahya magkomento o kung kaha mag-share og mga post sama niini nga makahatag og panic. Una, i-check ang kredibilidad sa page. Aduna kitay mga official na page, Madam Chair, sama sa Cagayan de Oro Information Office, CDO City Council o City Councilor Enrico Eric Salcedo. Kining nga page kay verified ug official nga ga-post sa mga kaliyukan sa syudad. Ikaduha, i-verify ang source kini na post, Madam Chair, klaro kayo na walay insakto na source o gi-edit lamang. Ikatulong, mag-research o double check ang impormasyon sa mga post nga gakakita. Kay ang disinformation, Madam Chair, kay ang deliberate sa pagpakatag o sayop na impormasyon aron ma-influensya ang tinuod o itago nga kamaturan. Kung tanaw na to, Madam Chair, na yung barangay post. Wako kailan yung barangay post, pero isara ko na ilang follower, Lordan Swan, na, Madam Chair. Kung atong tanahon, di magina ko ilado. Pero isa ra gid subli, Madam Chair, isa ra gid ako na ilan. Lordan Swan na po,
Wala kang
probasi
aga.
ko si Lordan Swan kailan.
Councilor Aga na.
Wala, oh. Lordan Swan ra gid ako na ilan, Madam Chair, basin si Lordan Swan, si congressman, nakailaan ning admin sa Barangay Outpost, Madam Chair. Muna nga kung kini, klaro man kayo nga troll ni siya, Madam Chair. Ang insakto nga payag, Madam Chair, nakabase sa Section 120 sa Traffic Code sa Cagayan de Oro. Diin ang mga provincial PUB, kining PUB, Public Utility Vehicle, ang bus na ni siya o ang PUJ. Kay hangtod sa lang sa eastbound sa Gusa o westbound sa Bulwa. Apan pwede sila makalaos mag-drop sa ilang mga pasahero o pinaagi sa provisional authority gikan sa mayor. Kung naay kuan, Madam Chair, naay authority gikan sa mayor, pwede na sila mo-drop lang sila. As per sa ordinance number 120. napagawas ko ni kay gi-review naman nato ang traffic code, Madam Chair. Gani, ang akong timeline, ang traffic code by March imbis February to, by March na mauman na nato ang pag-review mo agi na siya sa atong committee anto din sa plenary, Madam Chair. Thank you ug may ngapon sa tanan.
Thank you very much, Councilor Enrico Salcedo. Any comment? None? Yes, Councilor Marlo Tabak? Tagay tubig.
Madam Chair, based on the statement of Councilor Eric Salcedo that the eastbound terminal, ang area diin ang mga eastbound vehicle dito moadto, based on the ordinance, but based on the situation today, wala na sa eastbound terminal sa Gusa, naa sa Agora Public Market ang mga public utility vehicles ga terminal sulod sa atong Agora Public Market. Wala sa atong eastbound terminal because of the condition of our eastbound terminal.
Okay. Thank you very much, Councilor Marlo Tabak. Yes, Councilor E.B. Mano, you have the floor.
Madam Chair, I would just like to ask to Councilor Salcedo for verifying this lugar. But I think kung wala ko nasayop, Madam Chair, I was informed nga katong PUV man siguro ni sa province nga galabay sa atong highway nga gahunong mag-drop off og mga pasahero sa mga points sa ato within the city man siguro ni nga statement ni Councilor Eric Salcedo, if I'm not mistaken, Madam Chair. But if I am not wrong, although correct me if I am, gialaw man na sila, Madam Chair, nga mo traverse gyud sa highway. So kung aha sila mo drop, mukuha pod sila og pasahero. So I think mo man na diha naggikan ang statement. Although, Madam Chair, klaruhon lang siguro na in the committee level, ang akong concern is a little bit more of the, what did Councilor Salcedo said earlier, being a responsible citizen. No? He, like most of us here, have been trusted by the people of Cagayan. We've been voted for to lead and be responsible citizens. Kasabuta dili mayo ang fake news kasi we have always dissed fake news, di ba, na nagani mga balaod ani sa national to prevent this from happening. But rather, Madam Chair, timely, I came across a quote of Roy Bennett, which states, you cannot control the behavior of others, but rather, you can always control, or you can always choose how you respond to it. No? As public figures, di ba, Madam Chair, honorable, pinili. We have positions in government and we are responsible. May I just hope nga wala lang untay statement susama sa mag-ambak sa tulay sa Carmen. Now, this is something we are trying to avoid. Although it is stated, quote-unquote, nga kanang mga trolls, ambak sa tulay, may we be more responsible about this. No, di man nato ma-control ang bashing. No, Councilor Salcedo already have fake news. Si Councilor Abaday has fake news. Daghan naman, ubay-ubay naman ang naa. But to have responsible statements from officials, Madam Chair, is, I believe, mas kinahanglan nato sugdan. No? Kay, rather, so forgive me for this, but this is something we are trying to prevent from happening. Di ba? So I hope we be more responsible about that. And as to the issue aning sa PUV, may we discuss this further in the committee level. Kay sa akong last na balaan sa LPTRP, Madam Chair, allowed man sila to traverse national highway. Example, from Taguluan to Upol, mangyod. And mangyawat na lang man na siya. But if that is the problem, then I think this is something that we need to discuss further on in the committee level. So I just want that clarification. So thank you, Madam
Thank you
Chair.
very much. Yes, Councilor Eric Salcedo, you have the floor.
Ulaylan na ako ng ambak.
Sabi na ko kay ni ambak tulay
Naon lang
pero
ako ang dimension
literal na
sa
sabot.
naon lang ako ang LPTRP. Kung atong tanaw ng LPTRP, Madam Chair, for the information ni Councilor A.B. Emano, wala gialaw sa LPTRP. Gani nagreklamo ang atong mga modern bus nga nganong gasulod ang mga, for example, Donsal sa panauban dia. Nganong gasulod nga moabot sila diri nga nakuhaan sila og pasayro. Mo nang gi-review nato, Madam Chair, ang traffic code o ang LPTRP. Wala gyud gani, Madam Chair. Gani gi-implement pa nato basin na si fake news ani. Kung atong tan-awon sa traffic code, nanay color coding sa motorela. Na muna nga ato gyapon tan-awon kung i-enforce ba nato ang ordinansa. May tungod sa ambak ambak Madam Chair, tunod nagsulti ko na. Pero dili sabto nga maambak nagikog sila.
Amo
Kundi
sa akong
mo
magsabot.
ambak kay mulangoy para mabugnawan ng ilang utok sa troll. Pero ang nakabutang dito sa fake news, ambak kuno kay magikog. Akong giingon pa gani, Madam Chair, nga awato nila ng mga rugby boys nga giambak pagkaging sa utok, ambak sa suba para mabugnawan ang utok. Mao gyapon na akong gipasabot, ambak sa tulay para mabugnawan ang utok, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Okay. Kaya di ko kasabot. Anyway, so our next speaker, Councilor. Yes, thank you very much, Councilor Eric Salcedo. Yes, Councilor Roger Abada, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Madam Presiding Officer, Honorable Vice Mayor Jocelyn Bebot Rodriguez, my colleagues in this council, our visitors in the gallery, and all people who are watching us via streamline. Mayang hapon sa tanan. At least hindi nag-iisa si Councilor Salcedo.
So tulo na mo. You say sunod.
Okay, I sympathize with you. Now, allow me to begin a candid question to this august body. Pila na ba ka mga proposed ordinances, resolution, hangtod karon pending pa, wala pa nabot din sa plenary katong mga previous city councilors. So katong bako, we are almost 1 year. How many well-meaning measures remain stalled? Not for lack of intent, but due to gaps in technical review, research support, or legal vetting or critical evaluation. The reality is clear. Our legislative process remains highly codependent, subservient, gasalig lang sa City Legal Office and other executive departments. Wala man nabutang sa balaod nga tanan natong mga legislative measures, wagip tanan sa City Legal. Stop. You look at the local code. But while their support is invaluable, the absence of an institutionalized in-house legislative backstopping mechanism inevitably slow down our work, creates bottlenecks, and at times exposes proposed measures to avoidable legal and technical vulnerabilities. In the past, moving city like Cagayan de Oro, delayed legislation often translate to delayed public service. In the dynamic landscape of local governance, the Sangguniang Panglungsod is continually tasked with evaluating numerous proposed ordinances. While many of these measures are well-intentioned, some fall short in technical soundness, legal sufficiency, or practical implementability. It is in this light that the creation of Legislative Backstopping Committee, or LBC, becomes not merely helpful but strategically essential. The LBC serves as the Council's engine room and quality control unit, ensuring that proposed measures undergo rigorous technical, legal, and policy review before they reach the floor for deliberation in voting. Experiences across Philippines local governments demonstrate the value of institutionalized legislative support. Several LGUs have already strengthened their legislative research and technical review system, including the Quezon City Sangguniang Panglungsod, the Davao City Council, the Iloilo Sangguniang Panglungsod, and the Mandaluyong City Council. While not always labeled as
an LBC or local backstopping committee, their established backstopping or legislative support mechanism have significantly improved ordinance quality, legal compliance, and policy coherence. These examples show that forward-looking LGUs invest in systems that enable evidence-based and defensible lawmaking. The creation of the LBC or Local Backstopping Committee may not be expressly mandated by law, but it is undeniably advantageous. By institutionalizing technical review, impact assessment, and legislative tracking, the council strengthens its oversight function, improves the quality of local legislation, and ensures alignment with the Local Government Code of 1991 and other applicable laws. Ultimately, establishing a legislative backstopping committee allows this august body to move from reactive lawmaking towards proactive, research-driven governance, thereby better serving the people of Cagayan de Oro. So, in view of the foregoing and the institutionalized, a more responsive and research-driven legislative process, this representation allow me to propose in the proper time a resolution authorizing the creation of legislative backstopping committee of the Sangguniang Panglungsod and defining its composition, powers, and function, and for other purposes. So, as a backgrounder, now the composition of this LBC or local backstopping committee, it is usually headed by the vice mayor, vice chair, the chairperson of committee on laws and rules, and there are at least technical assistants, legislative staffs, and ex officio members from relevant department heads as necessary, Madam Chair and my colleague. So, in the proper time, I'll be proposing this resolution. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Councilor Roger Abaday. Yes, Councilor Janjan Rodriguez.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Salamat kayo, Councilor Roger Abaday. Madam Chair, if you remember, we already filed an ordinance regarding our Legislative Division Committee. I invite you and I encourage you that we do it together because kung madumduman mo, Madam
Yeah.
Chair, we had such
hearing.
hearings na gusto nato kay para paspas ang pagtanaw sa atong legislative ordinances as well as paspas pod mo abot sa atong majority floor leader.
Yeah.
No, because of delays, no, gikan sa atong City Legal Office, gani Madam Chair, if you will remember, I wrote you a few months ago citing my ordinances na medyo delayed yun, na nasa 16 ordinances. So medyo delayed yun. So our idea was, for the benefit of the council, was to create not a department but someone from the Vice Mayor's office na mag-head lawyer dapat.
Yeah.
Kaya nga no, kita tanan kung natay ordinansa, mupasa ipa-review nato dito sa lawyer kay sa atong Vice Mayor's office na nakadestino dito na lawyer, every day naagid siya dito. No, naagid siya para pagdawat sa mga ordinances for review. After that, then ipasa niya dito sa City Legal Office. From there, sa City Legal Office, sila na dahil mag-communicate para paspas ang pag-review o pag-approve, Madam Chair.
Yeah.
So, I really want to invite our good kagawad, good counselor from Barangay Kauswagan, if kung gusto siya, makipag-meeting ta, of course, with my colleagues, Madam Chair, para mapaspasan nato ang mga ordinances kay ngano naagid sa City Legal Office. But we have to bear in mind, we don't need an approval from our City Legal Office. Wala na sa Local Government Code. Sila lang mo-guide sa atong mga ordinances para tuloy-tuloy. But then again, several meetings, several committee hearings we have attended, I spearheaded, Still, buabot dito ang representative from City Legal Office, dili pa siya makatubag after 3 weeks, after 4 weeks, after 2 months, 3 months, patawag na sa ta kay ngano, wala pa daw sila naka-review, Madam Chair.
Yeah.
So that is a big gap between our legislative powers as well as the city legal and other departments as well. We are not, I am not only single-handedly pinpointing one department, but the rest of the departments. So might as well we create that
Yeah.
under your office, Madam Chair.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Actually, there's already, I'm sorry. Actually, there's already an ordinance, and the ordinance is already under the Civil Service Commission. In fact, Mr. Michael already spoke to Director Noemi. And what I will be asking from them is a documentation, a reply coming from them. Mura natong giwatan. They have nothing, I mean, they're not against it. But of course, with the structure again, we need the civil service recommendation. So by then, if we have that, then hopefully we can start the committee hearing again so that this can be finalized and then we can implement. Okay? So nana na siya, hulat na lang ta sa civil service. Kay na sila say sad sa ani. But they're not against it. It's only that ang placement lang ang ila, placement. Anyway, let's again have this in the committee, under committee of Councilor Roger Abaday. Kaya kinsa na? Planning. Councilor Edgar Cabanlas. Yes, we have already the ordinance na hearing na siya. Okay, we'll just wait for I will follow up with the Director of Civil Service Commission. Okay. And Councilor, planning, because you are waiting for the civil service reply. No? Kaya musulat man sila. But we have spoken to them already. Okay, thank you very much. Yes, Councilor Ibid and Councilor Eric Salcedo.
Madam Chair, maybe just an additional recommendation. I believe we can request from the city legal like a lawyer good specifically for the ordinances of our ordinances in the city council, because I believe, Madam Chair, this is what the OBO is doing. OBO has a certain lawyer from the city legal. Okay, I think it is only the city legal who is allowed to give legal opinions, Manggol,
Yeah.
Madam. Maybe we can also discuss
Yeah.
that in the committee as
Actually,
well.
I've spoken to the city legal, and they are now assigning one lawyer who attended your first committee hearing to handle the resolution or the ordinance para dili magka-yagaw, bisag asa mapaingon. The problem is kulang din sila. Kulang sila og ilang mga personnel sa city legal. Yes, Councilor Roger Abaday. And Councilor Eric, I'm sorry.
I beg to disagree that we will always refer it to the city legal office. The law does not require. Now, we are not short of brilliant lawyers here. Na atong majority floor is abogado di Campana, lugar mabintaan. Anyway, it's not. We have all the resources. So the reason why I was able to brought out this issue because my experience until now, man na lang akong 18 years, daghan pa kayo akong mga legislative ministers nga
Correct.
nakabinbin pa. So that's the reason why nga I am convincing this August body nga we will create this LBC or legislative backstopping committee
Yes.
under the vice mayor.
Yes,
leadership.
it's not the civil service. That's why we have to wait. Mine is I have 50 ordinances, only 5
Okay.
ang
Thank you very
na-approve pa.
much.
So we will not be suffering these consequences. All of us really need these lawyers nga mututok yun sa atong mga ordinansa. Yes, Councilor Eric Salcedo.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Ang LGU El Salvador, Madam Chair, nag-hire gyud og
Yeah.
kining legal officer. Gamay kayo ang El Salvador naka-afford og lawyer. How much more ang Cagayan de Oro, Madam Chair? Kay kung atong tan-awon ang inungdan man ka matud sa duha ka councilor, Councilor Junjun Rodriguez and Councilor Abaday, ang delayed na asa city legal. Anong dili na lang ta mag-hire, Madam Chair? Unya, klaro na to ang flow, ang proseso gibali kay according ni Councilor Roger Abaday, di na kinahanglan nga sana ipaagi pa sa city legal, pero libog ko, Madam Chair, na may itong abogado, ako manoy, may lucky man yung abogado. Ang
Na,
kung mangayo tag legal opinion, ang city legal ra man gid ang muhatag mo nang say na ako.
This is how it goes. Pag ma-estudyuhan na, coming from the Vice Mayor sa Sangguniang, ma-estudyuhan, they give recommendation to City Legal. City Legal gyapon ng bagsak, no? Because it might contradict the mayor's program or ordinances nga gusto nila ipalabang, pero simplified na, recommended na. There is already a summary of the what our vice mayor's legal team can provide to the city legal. So mapaspasa na siya kay ang pagtuon dinhi naman sa atong department. So mao na siya ang proseso usually because we do not want also nga kita-kita ra without the mayor's city legal's also sa approval para matunhay lang ang atong balaod ordinances. Okay? So we will wait for the civil service. I will follow it up para ato na gyud nang mapalig-on. Thank you very much. Yes, Majority Floor Leader, Attorney Edgar Cabanlas, you have the floor.
Just a short opinion on this. The local government code does not allow or did not grant us that authority, the Sangguniang, to create our own office for the city legal. Because the relationship in the local government code, the relationship between the city council and the executive department is more on coordination,
Yeah.
not independence. That's why sometimes if I'm a lawyer, I can be appointed as ex officio, city legal officer. That's why Councilor Sosido can be the overseer of RTA, because the relationship is not purely independence,
Yes.
but more on coordination.
Correct.
Now, on the second point, in Congress, they have this legislative executive liaison officer, muna sila mga trabaho nga to facilitate ang gusto sa city council with the office of sa mayor, o ang mayor po na po ila para sa mayon tana, pero nakita ko man ang problema city legal gyud. Kaya usahay ang atong city legal naka-concentrate sa lain trabaho. Dili sa trabaho I think we should bring that issue to the attention of our mayor.
Yes, yes.
Dengan maka city legal nung ba nanghimo ng assistant officer. So ang ato is
Yeah.
remind the city legal that they have this basic function to assist not only the officer of the city but also the city legal to give their opinion. Ako naman usahay din ang hatag sa opinion sa atong mga resolution din. Nahimo naman siya kung city legal officer din sa city council. Kaya na may mga ordinance gikan sa
Kailangan yun.
5 years ago wa pa city legal
Yes.
opinion. So I took that duty to study and then issue my legal opinion on hundreds of barangay ordinances and resolutions. So ato nang areglahon kay na naman tayo proposal nga ang atong city legal officer mas assign siya legal officer here for us, the city council, specifically for city council. Just like a city legal officer assigned in the OBO, just like a city legal officer assigned in the city engineering office. I think we are the biggest department in this entire LGU, Cagayan de Oro. We need
Correct.
that legal officer.
Yes, yes.
So, gamay lang tingaling reminder sa two legal officer nga. Isa kami pasagdi din kay samo kayo. Gubot. Ha?
Pending tanan. Thank you very much, Majority Floor Leader.
Allow me to disabuse the minds of our majority floor. Actually, this is not the legal office. This is a committee, legislative backstopping committee, which is composed of existing na, the vice mayor, and supposed to be vice by our chairman sa atong majority floor, is a brilliant lawyer. Na ay mga abogado sa dagan kayo sa vice mayor. No need of appointment because they are already existing.
No. Actually,
So-
civil service wanted a regular position for them. Dili pwede. That
Ba-
is that is what I have with Michael. It should be a position that they will be there for the 8 hours.
Anyway,
Okay. Di man
Anyway,
sila musugot kung kuan.
does that mean nga the city legal office, their support is not available? It is available for us also. But ang naitabo magod kay always referred until now. We are stalled in our ano. So that's the reason, Madam Chair. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. So refer again to the planning, Councilor Janjan Rodriguez, and who else? Dayara. Okay, I will update you pag nanay civil service. Okay, thank you very much. Yes, Majority Floor Leader, Attorney Edgar Cabanlas.
So, Madam Chair, we proceed to our business of the day. Item 1, Turks, please.
Item 1 is for omnibus approval of proposed resolution number 2026-247 up to 2026-248, declaring as operative in their entirety effective on the date fixed therein, the herein respective Sangguniang Kabataan resolutions covering the annual budget for calendar year 2026 of the herein mentioned Sangguniang Kabataan of the barangays of Cagayan de Oro City, to wit: A. Resolution number 1, series of 2026 of the Sangguniang Kabataan of Barangay Puerto with an estimated income of 2,339,397 pesos. And B. Resolution number 002, the series of 2026 of the SK of Barangay Tagpangi with an estimated income of 730,048 pesos.
Madam Chair, may I request Councilor Kenneth John D. Sakala be recognized?
Councilor Kenneth Sakala, you recognize?
Thank you, Madam Chair. And before I move for the approval, Madam Chair, I would like to make a request to include to the agenda the SK annual budget for calendar year 2026 of Sangguniang Kabataan of Barangay Carmen with an estimated income of 12,805,328 pesos, and also the SK annual budget for calendar year 2026 of Barangay Tignapuluan with an estimated income of 1,084,650 pesos, and also the SK annual budget for calendar year 2026 of Barangay 31 with an estimated income of 814,109, and the SK annual budget for calendar year 2026 of Barangay 28 with an estimated income of 447,815 pesos. So move, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Any second? Objection? Hearing none, motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve on second final reading.
Second, objection. Hearing none, motion is hereby carried.
Item 2, proposed ordinance number 2025-202, approving the preliminary subdivision development plan of Cagayan de Oro Resettlement and Socialized Housing Project 1, Phase 3 Extension, Cedarship 1 P3 Extension, located in Barangay Canituan, the city, with an area of 23,943 square meters, containing 171 lots as applied for by the city government of Cagayan de Oro, represented by City Mayor Rolando A. Uy, subject to the conditions imposed by the Office of the City Engineer, Office of the City Planning and Development Coordinator, and City Housing and Urban Development Department. May I move to approve this proposed ordinance number 2025-202, Madam Chair?
Any second? Objection? Hearing none, motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve second final reading.
Second, objection? Hearing none, motion is hereby carried.
For inclusion, Madam Chair, items 4, move
4, 5.
to approve the inclusion of items 3, 4, 5
Mara.
of the agenda.
Any second? Objection? Hearing none, motion is hereby carried.
Item 3, proposed ordinance number 2026-203, authorizing the Honorable City Mayor Rolando A. Uy, representing the city government of Cagayan de Oro, to enter into and sign the memorandum of agreement with the Social Security System covering the parties' partnership in the implementation of the latter's coverage and membership program to include job order workers and contract service personnel and the city government under the SSS self-employed program under the terms and conditions is stipulated therein. May I request, Madam Chair, that Councilor Chris Brooking be recognized.
Councilor Chris Goking, you recognize?
I move for the approval of proposed ordinance number 2026-203.
Any second? Objection? Hearing none, motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve on second final reading.
Second. Any objection? Hearing none, motion is hereby carried.
Item 4, proposed ordinance number 2026-204, authorizing the Honorable City Mayor Rolando A. Uy, representing the city government of Cagayan de Oro, to enter into and sign the deed of use of RAP with the Bureau of Fire Protection, represented by its Regional Director for Region 10, Romel C. Tradio, use of Actuary, covering the use of the city-owned property, particularly Lot 2, portion of Block E3, PSD 10-043695. Covered by transfer certificate of title number T, the 162411 of open space with tax declaration number Z438840 as described herein, with an area of 260 square meters located in Barangay Macabalan, the city, for a period of 25 years, renewable for another 25 years upon agreement of the parties, a site of the proposed upgrading Macabalan Fire Station with mezzanine and covered roof deck under the terms and conditions stipulated therein. May I request, Madam Chair, that Councilor Abaday, Councilor Roger Abaday, be recognized.
Councilor Roger Abaday, you recognize?
Thank you very much, Majority Floor. For exigency of the service, I move for the approval of this proposed ordinance number 2026-204.
Any second? Objection? Hearing none, motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve on second final reading.
Second. Objection? Hearing none, motion is hereby carried.
Ang sunod, imo lang yapon. Oh. Proposed number 5, proposed ordinance number 2026-205, approving the application of engineer Alvin P. Biton, event organizing EPB promotion to hold a 6 Bullstag Derby on March 21, 2026 at the Indahag Square Garden, Lumboy, Barangay Indahag, this city. Again, may I request, Madam Chair, that Councilor Roger Abaday be recognized.
Councilor Roger Abaday, you recognize?
Considering that the proposed ordinance or the applicant has complied with the requirements under law and ordinance, I am moving for the approval of ordinance number 2026-205.
Any second? Objection? Objection? Hearing none, motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve on second final reading.
Second. Second. Objection. Objection again. Hearing none, motion is hereby carried.
Thank you. There being no other matters to take up, Madam Chair, move for the adjournment.
Any second? Objection. Kula. Wa pa ko ningon adjourn. Wa pa ko ningon adjourn. Session is hereby adjourned. God bless us all.